projections for August 2025, only August. We're not doing until the end of the quarter, September. That's a different day because, as they usually say, sell in May and go away. That era is over. So now we're going to talk about our updated projections for Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, and Solana. And we're going to throw Dogecoin in there because people are DMing me asking me when Dogecoin is going to go to $1. And for Dogecoin, we can actually extend past. Remember, only for those 4 assets for the end of the month, for this month. And I talked to you, Sully, about this because our projections were apparently too low, right? We said by the end of August, for example, Ethereum would be, you said 4,600, I believe, and I said 5,200. And it seems like we already went to 4,700 this morning. We're at 4,753-ish is a new yearly high. And yeah, we need some updated projections, man. So first off, let's go to Bitcoin. I believe that my projections for Bitcoin were $135,000 by the end of August. Yours were 133,000, I believe, between 130,000 and 133,000. Bitcoin hit a new all-time high yesterday. You're aware of this, right?
Of course, yeah.
So Bitcoin had a new all-time high of $124,000. That being said, I believe that for this month, because of macro, I love macro. You love TA, I love macro. We had a good consumer, just basically person, like regular people. I'm gonna say this in simple English. Regular people inflation in the US stayed the same, which is bullish. This morning, though, we had a problem with PPI, producer, basically supermarkets, people that produce and sell to us, the retailers. Theirs went crazy high, way above expectations. And by the way, I can't see you right now on camera. I'm not sure what happened to you.
Can you still hear me though?
I can still hear you, but I can't see you.
Yeah, so something happened to the camera. It froze and then it just wasn't working.
Okay, so it's not working anymore?
For some reason it isn't, unless I rejoin it. But it'd look a bit awkward, wouldn't it?
I mean, it wouldn't. If you can fix it really fast, I can talk for a bit and say my predictions. Can you fix it while we're talking?
Yeah, I mean, if I join really quickly, it might work then. But
okay, that's fine.
It just says I'll be removed immediately. Let me just try it really.
Okay, while you do that, for me personally, I believe that Bitcoin is going to do very well in crypto in general, despite the fact that we've had bad CCI and bad PPI inflation prints. Good. So I believe that, I'll say it again, Sully, I believe that Bitcoin and crypto can boom despite us having bad numbers for inflation the past few days, because tomorrow we have a meeting between President Trump and President Putin in Alaska. And that is a precursor to a second potential meeting between the two of them and Zelensky, which will bring an end to the war. And cryptocurrency, risk on assets love peace, as we both know. So with that being said, if these assumptions are correct, despite the PPI print this morning, high inflation, that's roll over to us, I believe that by the end of August, my new predictions for Bitcoin, you may agree with me, you may disagree with me. You look at the TA, remember, I look at macro, you look at TA. I think that Bitcoin can actually hit by the end of August, by September 1st, by the end of Labor Day, $140,000. Do you agree, disagree with me, and give me your reasoning and your number?
Yeah, so I'd say at the moment of time, I'd probably say it'll still send at 133,000 at this moment, and I'd say it's because right now, it's sort of balancing out the prices with cryptocurrencies, so it's gone down to test the support levels, and then afterwards it'll go back up again. But at the moment, it's just stabilizing.
Okay, so if we wouldn't have had this crash today, right? If Bitcoin was still sitting at all-time highs or entering price discovery, you probably would have said the same thing, right? That you would think maybe past 140,000. But because of what just happened with the crash and the PPI print, you still stick with your $130,000 Bitcoin price prediction by the end of this month, correct?
That's correct, yes.
Okay, so analysis is correct on both sides. So I'm going $140,000. You're going $130,000 by the end of the month based on your TA.
Yeah.
So next, we're going to go to Ethereum. Okay, Ethereum, I honestly do believe it would have hit all-time highs by now. if it hadn't been for two things. One, Binance, price suppression. Binance is selling Bitcoin and selling like crazy because they're trying to keep the price as low as possible, despite BlackRock and all these other institutions buying. BlackRock, during this dip, just a half hour ago, bought $500 million. You know the blockchain is transparent. Bought $500 million, 500 million USD. That's almost $500 million of Ethereum. For me, I'm going to stick with my prediction personally. I do still think that Ethereum is going to hit between $5,200 by the end of this month to $5,500 by the end of this month, by the end of August, by September 31st.
Yeah, so
it's a work day and they're out in the motorcycles already. Go figure, summertime. Anyway, for you, hey, Travel Unfiltered, what's up, brother? We're all doing good. We're all doing well, rather. So, what is your prediction for Ethereum by the end of this month? Again, this is by September 1st.
So I'd say because obviously the good performance of Ethereum right now, and actually surpassed my expectations and the price range, I'd say that it has the potential to reach between 5,200 and 5,500.
Okay, so I was actually right
still,
that last time. I didn't think I was bullish enough because when you said 4,600, and remember we made these predictions back when like Ethereum was nowhere near where it is now. But go ahead, continue with your analysis.
And so I'd say that once it reaches like 5,200, it'll probably jump up to between 53 and 5,400. So I'd say around that range, it seems pretty reasonable. That EC is going up quite a lot now.
Okay, that sounds reasonable to me. Okay, so next we're gonna go to XRP. I still think so. Basically, one of the founders, who's held XRP forever since basically its inception, decided to sell off. Hey, it happens. You take profit. If you're in profit, take your money and run. Well, not run maybe, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
People have lifestyle chips. You got to, people have bills, healthcare, families. The reason we do this is for better experiences and a better lifestyle and a healthier lifestyle, and to make sure everybody that we love is taken care of. Anyway, that being said, XRP, my next prediction for this rest of this month, I do think that we're in Ethereum season. I personally am going to have to not say it. I don't think XRP is going to go to $4.20. I'm going to lower my expectation. I know you're going to be, Sully's like, what the hell's going on? I'm going to lower my expectation. I'm going to lower my expectation to $3.90 from $4.20 before. $3.90 by the end of this month. Again, that might change. And remember, none of this is financial advice. Do your own research. And statistically speaking, we are 99.9% going to be wrong. But we love to make guesses. And if we're close, we make money. If we're not close, we learn. Sully, what is your expectation for XRP per token by the end of this month?
Yeah, so I'd say that it reach roughly $3.08 as my prediction for XRP.
So for me,
it was very close.
Sorry, go ahead.
So 380. That would be 380. So $3.80.
Okay, so for you, it's $3.80. For me, it's $3.90. Reasonable. Okay, let's go with Solana. So it hit $200, and then with the crash recently, it didn't actually crash that bad. It only went to like $193 last time I looked. Again, I always think one thing, that during we have bull run parabolic runs, which we've been having. If we are going to have a parabolic run for the next 2 weeks, right? 2.5 weeks, right? Today's the 14th, tomorrow's the 15th, halfway done with the month. If history rhymes, history doesn't repeat, but it rhymes. To put these things down, we could see Memecoin mania, which you've already started seeing with Pengu. Every time there's activity, increased activity on the blockchain, what happens? That blockchain, the native blockchain, goes up in value. Which price per token goes up in value, market cap. If this analysis is correct, I still think that we are going to see Solana go up. However, because it's Ethereum season specifically right now, I am going to have to lower my expectation for Solana. I'm going to have to lower it to around between $230 and $250. Before I had said 300, right? I believe a little bit over 300. I think you had said that too. So my price prediction right now is between 230 per token by the end of this month and 250 per token. What's your analysis? What are you looking at, the TA?
So I'd say it's pretty close to that level. For me, I'd say if it does reach its peak at the moment, it would be $2.44 as my prediction.
No. This is Solana. $230.
For Solana, yeah. So 244 if it goes really well and stuff. Yeah.
Okay, so you agree with me there. $230, $250. You say $240 around there. Okay, so now we have to do this because people keep asking me about this, and I posted on Twitter. Listen, if Dogecoin like goes past its previous all-time high and enters price discovery, I'm telling people, listen, if it hits to $1 per token, when that happens, take some fucking profits, because I really don't know. There's too much dilution in the market with meme coins, so I don't know if it will. But if it does hit $1, I think that people should take it. That being said, I'm gonna ask you: do you think that Dogecoin can hit $1 by the end of August? And if not, what is your prediction for the end of August for Dogecoin?
Well, looking at this at the moment, the all-time high was about almost 50 cents. So about it was 48 cents, I believe, was its all-time high. But I'd say sort of like best case scenario in terms of like if it was to do really well at the moment, I'd say it would reach around 35 cents.
Just remember that the all-time high was actually 73 cents for Dogecoin. I remember that because that was the day that Elon Musk went on Saturday Night Live. So hopefully you're looking at the right Dogecoin.
I was looking at the Coinbase one, unless like, yeah, I know what you mean by, but yeah, I just said at the moment then, sort of that best case scenario would be like, if it goes past 28 cents, then it has the potential to reach 34 cents.
Okay, do you think Dogecoin will hit $1 by the end of this year?
End of this year? I mean, possibly 70 cents, I'd say. If you know, when it gets, it has to sort of reach certain milestones. So I'd say if it does well past like 70 cents, then it has a potential to do so. But it has to stabilize at 50 cents and stuff, and you know, go further.
Okay,
that's just my prediction for Dogecoin.
So now, based on macro events and TA, we can both agree to your analysis is saying that right now, the price for Bitcoin for the rest of this month, the end of this month, is $130,000 high. Ethereum would be 5,200 would be a good target. Between that 5,200, 5,400, XRP, $2.80 to $3.80 to $3.90. Solana between $230 and $250 per token, and Dogecoin will not hit $1 by the end of August.
Yeah.
All right. But that being said, listen, it was good checking up with you. I know you have to get to the gym. I got to go do some stuff.
Yeah.
Not laundry, but I will do laundry some point in the next 24 hours. But with that being said, brother, I'm out. Enjoy the rest of your summer, unless we meet again by mid-September, which is technically the end of summer, not end of August. Upwards and onwards.